time for us to meet our discovery of the week. Everybody knows her, well, not everybody, but social media knows her as Ama Dorcas. So, meet Ama Dorcas. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Fantastic. Now, this week it's International Week for Nurses. Okay. And of course, we are celebrating all of you gallant nurses doing amazing things, many times as frontline people, in our healthcare system.
Sure.
What took you down the road to become a nurse? Why nursing?
Okay.
Of all the things you could have done.
Why nursing? Okay, so first of all, I would want to say a very big thank you to God for today. It's been an amazing weekend, very productive. And I would also want to quickly thank my mother, Elizabeth. She's been very instrumental in my life.
Okay.
Yeah, my pastor, Reverend Dr. Kwamna Sichiok, and the wife, Mrs. Sichiok. My director.
Was your mom also a nurse?
No. She was a rice seller.
Oh, okay. Okay. So why nursing?
Okay, so growing up, I've always liked kids. I stayed in a compound house, and so we have lots of kids. And I was always fond of bathing these ones. Just caring for them was very exciting for me. And so I decided to be a nurse. Even from primary, whenever you ask me the profession I would want to, I always say nurse and nurses. Sometimes doctor, when I get carried away. Yeah, but basically I've always been talking about nursing. So it's been about the love for kids.
Okay.
That is what led me to choose nursing.
Now, I know that you specifically are interested and have specialized in adolescent nursing. Tell us what that's about.
Okay, so it's not like a specialty per se, but there are selected nurses that have been trained by Ghana Health Service to take care of these young ones that are growing up here. Because for adolescent health nurse, you have to be very passionate about the work. It takes a lot. Beyond being just a nurse, it takes a lot. You have to understand them. You have to be in two places to get them and where they are coming from. And so,
what do you mean by being two places?
Like, you have to have an experience as an adolescent so you can share it with them. I believe that adolescent health gives you the opportunity to correct some mistakes you did as a child or as an adolescent growing up. Yeah, so that's basically about it.
And now, why is that area a specialized field anyway? I mean, we've all been adolescents before. You fall ill, you go to the doctor. So why is that area a special area? Okay,
so when you look at the definition for adolescents, they are transiting from childhood to adulthood. And so there is a bit of confusion in there. And that is when they need a guide. They don't need you to tell them what to do. They have lots of whys, hows, and all that. And so you would have to know the information to give to them so they can make an informed choice. Yeah, so it's an opportunity for you to guide these ones to make the right decisions as they grow, because they are confused. I mean, at a point in time you were a baby, you were bathing outside, having all you like naked outside, you're okay with it, and all of a sudden feeling shy to even walk around naked. So it gives you
so in your experience, I mean, of course, I know exactly what you're talking about by talking about the fact that it's a peculiar period of everybody's life where there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of questions, and all of that. Now, what are some of the things that you feel that if they're not taken care of at that period of a person's life, and I suppose you're looking at, let's say, what, 13 to 21?
Yeah, it starts from 10 to 19, but we consider the 20 to 24 as young adults until we add them as well.
So for that period, I mean, what are some of the things that if you miss and they are not taken care of at that time can affect them for the rest of their lives?
Yes, so like I said, I made a lot of mistakes, especially in SHS. And so I keep telling people that as an adolescent, this is where you have to be very focused, especially on your education.
What are some of those mistakes, with the ones you can share with us?
Okay, so if my SHS mates are watching, they would tell you that this girl could dance. Like, I was always out there dancing, going for parties and all that. And so I wasn't so much focused on books. And yeah, I got I got the repercussions afterwards because I didn't do well in my SHS, and so it affected me. Yeah, so I keep telling them that this is where you have to be focused, especially on your education, because there are better things ahead. And then again, with parents, this is where they have to be friends with their children, because when they get to adolescent stage, they are not looking at talking to an adult who would be so authoritative to tell them do this and do that, but they are looking for a friend they can be comfortable enough to talk to. Yeah, and that is why Ghana Health Service took the initiative to train some people to have that know-how to teach these people, to talk to them or counsel them when it comes to issues pertaining to adolescents.
Now, how much impact, I mean, when did you become an adolescent nurse?
Okay, so I've always started this before I was even called to become an adolescent health nurse. I started working way back in 2012. And I find myself in a place where it's rural urban. Pram is not that rural, like rural urban. So yeah, you meet these people, a place where teenage pregnancy is on a very high level. And so yeah, I took special interest in talking to these people, letting them know what happens when you keep on repeating the cycle of teenage pregnancy in a family. And yeah, it went a step further to even like help people, guide them. As most of them want to become nurses, surprisingly. And if you are a nurse, then it means you can help them as well. So yeah, we use that opportunity as well to help these people make good decisions when it comes to profession as well.
Now, how much impact would you say that this initiative by the Ghana Health Service has actually had, you know, in terms of course, you can't give us specific figures, but just generally speaking, you know, you've been in the field, you've seen what happens, and the areas where there are no adolescent health nurses, you know, vis-a-vis the areas where there are. How much impact do you think this has had?
Oh, it has helped a lot. Yeah, in that when you look at statistics for teenage pregnancy, yeah, somehow it's reducing based on the things that we are doing as adolescent health nurses. And also, like I said, we are guiding them gradually to make the right decisions when it comes to other aspects of their lives as well. So it's helping. And now, Ghana Health Service realized that these young ones need the opportunity to talk, but they would want, for them to confide in you, they would need privacy, they would need a facility which is accessible to them. And so we have the adolescent health corners where these young ones come in to talk to us. Yes, we have it.
So like a regular facility, you will have a health corner.
Established in facilities to talk to these young ones and address their issues. And then we now have the YMK, because almost every adolescent have a phone now. They are on WhatsApp, they are using social media and all that. And so we've also taken the initiative to introduce YMK, You Must Know. And it's an application YMK, You Must Know. Yes. So it's an application that has been designed for adolescents to ask every question, because even though we have the corners, still there is a bit of stigma attached to it. Ghanaians think when you visit the corner, you are carried for abortion or any, things that are,
I was going to ask about that, because here we find ourselves in a society that's still very, very, you know, unwilling to change or evolve, right?
Difficult.
And you find that, so we refer to teenage pregnancy in tree, for example, as saying, you know, and that itself is an explanation of how we think. Do you see? Yeah, you know, because if I was to break it down, I would say it's like pray. You know, it's like you're in a hurry to go. So someone who has gotten pregnant because they can't wait, you know, or they're in a hurry. But that's not the truth. You see. So how do you deal with parents, you know, when it comes to all of this and our perception as a people?
Yes, so like I said, we don't decide for people. If a girl is pregnant, we would not tell you to abort or keep the baby. But then we will let you know the advantages and disadvantages in both sides. Either you want to keep it or you want to abort it. Yeah. So, like I said, parents, when it comes to adolescents, should be more of friends. Yeah, because if you are so aggressive in your parenting style, they might be afraid to talk to you. Yeah, so when it comes to that, I would wish every parent would now calm down and be a bit permissive in their approach. Let these people be free enough to talk to them. And if your child is that free with you, comfortable to talk to you, I don't think they will even go to the extent of getting themselves pregnant because they will be free enough to tell you that, Mommy, when I went to school today, somebody said, yeah, my dad was like that with me. I was fortunate enough to have a dad who was very permissive, Okay. They always tell us, don't keep boys outside, don't talk to them outside, bring them home. So you always find
That's such a smart move.
Yes, you know. So in our house, you see the boys there, we'll talk to them, play, eat together. And so that alone was helping me because they know if you should get pregnant, they know whom you got pregnant with.
The guy who you have been hanging around with.
And my mother would tell you that you've seen those pots there that I've packed. If you should get pregnant, these pots are for you. I'm not going to take care of you and your child also. So these things, they keep you going. They keep you in check. And so parents should try and put down some underlining instructions or something and then be a bit permissive in their style as well. And I think with the teenage pregnancy, it will be curbed a bit.
This is a good conversation. I've enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Where can people reach out to you?
Okay, so social media, I'm a Dorcas. Yeah, I am a social media health promoter, so I talk about basically everything, but more specifically about adolescent health.
So on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm not so much active on Instagram, but I'm trying to get in there, and then Twitter as well. Twitter, I see it to be a very scary place, so I don't want to even try there. I don't want to even try.
Like they say, these streets ain't safe.
Nah,
but you see, I think you just step in, and do it gradually.
Gradually. And also, if there are churches or institutions that would want to also invite me to come on board and share a thing or two about adolescent health, you can always locate me in Pram Polyclinic, or even chat with me on Facebook, and I'll be glad to.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Ama Dorcas.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Well, I've been speaking with Dorcas Ama Mensah, who is an advocate for, she's an adolescent health nurse and an advocate for adolescent health. She's doing amazing things over in Pram and of course all over, of course through social media and everything else.